Hello everyone! If you love cinema and movie, this is your channel. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe me and be with me in this way. I want to talk about the good anime, The Boy and the Hero. It's a 2023 Japanese animated fantasy film written and directed by the great Hayao Miyazaki, produced by Studio Ghibli. The Japanese title references the 1937 novel of the same name by Genzaburo Yoshino, I think, which appears in the film, but the film has an original story that is not connected to the novel. Described as a big, fantastical film, it follows a boy named Mahito Maki during the Pacific War who moves from Tokyo to the countryside after his mother's death. There, he discovers an abandoned tower and enters a fantastical world with a talking gray heron. The film is already a box office hit in Japan, where it was released in July with no advance promote, as if in secret. The Japanese title is How Do You Live, taken from Genzaburo Yoshino's novel. Yoshino's book appears in The Boy and the Heron. It takes the film's young protagonist Mohito, who is somewhat inspired by Miyazaki himself, picks up and reads during a pivotal moment. Let's talk about the story. The film gets going with an evocative, harrowing, and dreamlike cold open. Sirens breaking the silence at the dead of night before ashes and embers float into the frame. Its Second World War, a Tokyo hospital has been firebombed, and Mahito realizes his mother is on shift. The frame captures his maids crumble to the hospital, legs flurrying like spiders against the chilling stillness of the background. He arrives at a vision perhaps more spiritual than literal, as fire tears at his mother's flesh, or at least peels at the link that makes up her animated skin. What could be a horrifying sight is made comforting, as she's not consumed by the flames so much as she becomes one with them. And New Year's after the tragedy, Mohito moves to sprawling estate in the country, still crippled by grief. His father, who like Miyazaki's own runs a factory producing aircraft parts, is newly married to his former sister-in-law who is expecting. Mohito struggles to settle in. Eventually, Mohito is tempted to search for his late mother in a tower protruding from the earth, which is a portal to the alternate worlds we sign up for in Miyazaki films. There we find a shipwreck so overgrown with mass and firm it has become an inhabited land that hosts a whole circle of life. Miyazaki has explored grief and the afterlife in the past. He is a filmmaker that has been both haunted and at peace with such thoughts throughout his whole career, which is perhaps why every film is positioned as though it's his last. The Boy and the Heron is no exception. Though this is an uncommonly mature and joyous meditation on death and legacy, one that paints death as a new beginning, a transition to another time and place where nothing actual seems final. For a filmmaker like Miyazaki, that's the perfect note to go out on. I hope this is another journey in his beautiful world. What do you think about that?